What is going on, guys? It has been a while since I've done a good fishing video for my channel, and that's for two main reasons. One, I was getting settled into school. Two, I was working a lot. But I'm back now with another video. So today's video is going to be, I guess, kind of a funny video. If you know a good amount of stuff about fishing, it's going to be funny. If you don't know a good amount of stuff about fishing, it's going to be very informational. It's going to teach you a lot. So it's accomplishing two very good things in one video. Okay, so today's video is bass fishing for dummies. And you might be asking yourself, what is that? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. You've all heard of the books, you know, electric wiring for dummies or math for dummies, all kinds of stuff. I'm sure there's a fishing for dummies book out there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is, actually. But I'm making a video. Bass fishing for dummies. So anyone who does know stuff about bass fishing, you can either click off the video or watch this for comedical purposes, because I think this will be a pretty funny video. And if you don't know anything about bass fishing, stay here and learn something about bass fishing. You dummy. No, but for real. Let's teach some people some stuff about bass fishing, because that's what this is all about, really. Alright. So let's start out with the equipment that you're going to need to bass fish. To bass fish, you're going to need a fishing rod, a fishing reel, fishing line, and a fishing lure. So what kind of rod, reel, line, and lure should you be using as a beginning bass fisherman or fisherwoman? That's a good question, and it's pretty simple. Rod, whatever rod you want to. It really doesn't matter if you're just fishing for recreational use. Sounds like I'm talking about marijuana. If you're just fishing for recreational use, it really does not matter what type of rod you're using, as long as it's at least 6 foot long and not a surf rod. So anywhere from 6 foot to 8 foot, you can use it. Doesn't matter what action tip it has on it, what weight it is, anything like that. That matters when you're getting into more specific types of fishing and you're a more skilled fisherman. But for beginners, literally go to Walmart and buy an Ugly Stick GX2 with a Shakespeare reel for like $50. That's going to be your cheapest and your best bet as a beginner. And in terms of reels, if you're a beginner, just use a spinning reel. Don't even start to mess around with bait casters, because they're more complicated than what they're worth at a beginner stage. When you get more skilled, they're good for certain types of fishing, and they're good for getting your line out there quickly and efficiently. But as a beginner, literally all you need is a rod anywhere from 6 foot to 8 foot and a spinning reel. Now, what kind of line should you use? That's also a very easy answer to question. Answer to question. That's a very easy question to answer, and that answer is whatever kind of line you want to use. For example, this would work. This is just 12-pound trilene mono, and it works fine. If you want to use fluoro, you can. If you want to use braid, you can. I'll just say one thing. If you're using braid and you're a beginning fisherman, you're probably not fishing from a boat, you're probably fishing from a bank. If you're just running straight braid and you get snagged, you're kind of f***ed. I can hear you, Mom. I'm not even being loud.
Yeah, you're loud. You just don't realize.
I'm not being loud. Get out of town, Mom. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're not that serious. Because if you get snagged with braid, you're not breaking the braid. So you either hope that your knot breaks, or you just leave a crap ton of line in the water because you're cutting your line. If I'm fishing with braid from the bank, I always use a leader, but that's too complicated for beginners, so I would say mono or fluoro. Anywhere from 8 to 16 pounds works just fine. So now what to use. This is probably the more important part of the video if you're watching to learn how to catch fish as a beginner. You can catch fish on any rod, reel, and line that you want to. That's all tools. But the actual terminal tackle, what you need to use, is what is catching you the fish. It's the most important part of fishing. So I have brought 4 staple baits that always catch fish that I'm prescribing to you guys. So number 1 is a little thing that I like to call
a Senko.
If I were to give anybody in the world one bait to use and catch a bass on, it would be this guy right here. Just a watermelon and red Senko. If you're asking yourself, Connor, when and where should I use this kind of bait? When and where should you use a Senko? The answer to that is anywhere and anytime. This bait right here will catch you fish through and through 100% of the time. Now, I would say 9 out of 10 times, not even, 19 out of 20, 99 out of 100 times, this bait will catch you a fish in any circumstance. It blows my mind, but literally use this bait with this hook and you will catch a fish 99% of the time. That hook, by the way, is just a normal worm hook. You can buy it at Walmart. Okay, the next bait that is pretty simple, easy to use, and catches fish is a crankbait. A crankbait is a moving style bait, and you can literally throw this into the water and just reel it in, and this crankbait is going to swim past fish and catch you fish. Throw it on your mono line, your fluoro line, on your spinning reel, on your Shakespeare, on your Ugly Stick GX2, whatever it is, throw it on the end of the line, cast crankbait out there, and just keep reeling it in, casting, reeling it in, casting, and you'll catch fish. Crankbaits catch fish. Third bait that will catch dummies fish. Now, the third bait that will catch beginners fish is something that we like to call a jig. A jig is just a fishing hook with a little weed guard on it and some weight with a skirt on it. A jig can be used to represent a lot of different creatures. Basically anything that's grubby, grimy, moving in the dirt, and fish are going to eat, grubs, crawfish, salamanders, anything like that, lizards, anything. Grubby, grimy, living in the water, getting eaten by the fish, jigs can represent. So you're going to want to pick up a couple of these jigs, get different styles. You can pick these up at Walmart, Bass Pro, anywhere, and get a couple trailers for it. Anything that looks like something that's, slimy, grimy, icky, wicky, living in the mud, getting eaten by fish. So crawfish, salamander baits, ugly looking stuff. Throw it on the back of this jig, cast it out, and you'll catch fish. And the fourth bait I actually don't have here with me. I don't have one right now, I'm out, but it's a whopper popper. And the reason that I tell you to use a whopper popper is, okay, so what a whopper popper is a buzzbait style bait. It goes on the top of the water, and when you reel it in, it floats and it goes through the water, and the tail spins and makes the water go, which draws a lot of attention from fish and catches you fish. So why I tell you guys to use whopper popper is, 1, it floats so you don't have to reel extremely quickly. 2, it's easy to use. And 3, it works. So what you want to do is buy a whopper popper, put it on the end of your line, throw it out. It's gonna, wherever you want to cast it, it's gonna sit on top of the water, and then just reel. Literally all you have to do is just throw it out and reel. It's like the crankbait, but on top of the water. So it's gonna come across the water, kicking up water, kicking up dust, kicking up, I don't even know, stuff, catching fish. And that's what you want for a beginner. So there you go, guys. I've showed you what reel to use, what line to use, what rod to use, and what lures to use as a beginning fisherman. Now, these are very low grade stuff. This is very base level stuff. The more you learn about fishing, the more you go fishing, the more advanced you're going to get, and the more different techniques and lures and rods and lines and reels you're going to use. Guys, everybody starts somewhere. So don't feel bad if you're just confining yourself to these 4 baits and certain styles of fishing. You got to start before you can progress. Just a few closing quick tips for people who don't know a lot about fishing. Just some rules of the road, some rules of the water, okay? 1, buy a fishing license. 2, don't fish right next to somebody. Even if they're catching fish, let them have their space and fish your own thing. And 3, never give up. Fishing is not easy for someone who doesn't know what they're doing. When I started fishing, I didn't catch fish a lot. Nobody just goes out there and just starts catching fish like it's their job. When you're first starting, when you're first trying to get into fishing, take it easy, take it slow, stay calm, and just be patient. And then you'll develop the skills, and then you'll be able to catch fish fast in different ways. Just don't give up. Stay at it, and you'll succeed. Alright guys, hope you had a good time watching this video. Hope you learned something. If you already knew that stuff, good for you. Hope you learned something from some of my other videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. This video is to make you catch fish, and I hope it does just that. So guys, thanks for watching. Have a good night, and keep on angling from every single angle you possibly can. I'll see you later, guys.